What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the beautiful Bugatti EB110. This is the full carbon edition. You can see it there. 193,000 kilometers on it. I bought it from the junkyard where I did get a little bit ripped off. I bought it for 244,978 and could currently sell it for 237,216, losing 7,762. But we're not going to do that, obviously. We're going to restore this car to its full potential and then some. Obviously, it's got a V12 double overhead cam MRN engine with 625 base horsepower. We will be increasing that one with performance parts today. Let's take a look at the engine. It is missing absolutely loads there. You can see it's definitely missing its heads. It's missing the spark plugs. It's missing camshaft caps, cam gear, belts, pumps, alternators. It is missing the works, the exhaust manifolds. There's a lot missing, so we've got a lot to do to this one today. But let's get started. Let's get this one over to the car wash and get it cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. We know this is the full carbon edition, so it has got carbon fiber detailing all over this car, and it does look absolutely stunning. Very happy with carbon fiber on this one. But let's get the interior done, get it back on the lift, and we'll get what's left of that V12 engine ripped out, ready to strip down. The Bugatti is up in the air. First things first, let's check for an oil pan, and there isn't one. So we don't have to drain the oil today. It is a rear wheel drive, so we do need to get these rear wheels off. So let's just crack on with that and get these off. I'll see you in a moment. That's both wheels and both drive axles out. We should now be able to rip this gearbox out. No starter, so we know we're missing that one as well. So let's just get you out of here, and then we should be able to lift what's left of that V12 out in one foul swoop. Out you come. Let's get you back on the ground and go and grab that engine crane. Over you come. And let's have a look. It is open, so let's get this one pulled out, and it does come out nice and easy. That is definitely what we like to see. Now, let's jump in and see what we've got or not got in this engine bay. That looks like everything missing. Okay, so we're missing the windshield washer reservoir, the power steering pump, the coolant reservoir, the ABS pump and a module, radiator fans and the houses, the small intercooler, both fuel tanks, and obviously one fuel pump as well. Then what are we missing down the front? Some more radiators, the brake servo, the battery, the ECU, and all of the fuses. We've just got the lower half of the fuse box, so there isn't really a lot of point stripping any of this. We might as well go and grab these radiators out as we are here. So out you come, out you come. I'm gonna grab what I need, and then we'll get this fuse box out. Let's just check out this suspension first, because I want to make sure I get all of them at fuses. Right, so if we go down the back, it is a double wishbone at single shock. The wheels were on, the drive shafts were in. I don't think anything was missing from back here. We got the bearings on there. We know it's a drive shaft. We've got the shock. That's about it from that side, and the same from that side. Let's just check that bearing. The bearing is in there. Ideal. We'll rip this wheel off, we'll check what's underneath, we'll make sure it's all there very quickly, then I'll get on and get the rest of it all stripped out. So, is there a cross member missing? There is no central cross member on this one. We've got the inner and outer tie rod on this side, the end link, drive shaft, also it's four-wheel drive. Okay, fair enough. And there is a bearing in there as well. Let's just check the other side. I won't bother taking the wheel off. Sway bar end link, and the inner and outer tie rod. And the wheel hub bearing. Again, double wishbone with a single shock in here. Pretty cool. I'll get the rest of this off, as well as the fuse box out, and then we'll go and strip what's left of that beautiful V12. That's everything mechanical off of the Bugatti. Let's get in the other room, and let's get this engine tore down. On you go. As I say, we already knew, if I just go like this, there is quite a lot missing. Camshaft caps, exhaust manifolds, lots of different bits like that. But let's just get this one stripped off and see what we've got underneath. We know we can start with these cam gears, because they are normally separated by the timing belts or a timing chain, one of the two. Let's just get this plate off you come, and then we should be able to rip these camshafts out, because I think all of the caps were missing. Does look like all of them were missing there. And then off with this engine head. A few rusty bolts on this one. Let's get you off. Out you come. This one is going to be a lot of fun. What do you reckon the horsepower we're going to end up with on this one today is? Let me know in the comment what your guesses are as to how high we're going to get this one. Every single part that we can fit on that will be performance parts today. We're going to try and see if we can get into the top 10 on the speederboard with this Bugatti. There's the top 10 speederboard over there. We'll check it out properly in a minute. But let's get this one rotated. We'll go the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. What else are we missing? So we've got, by the looks of this, all of the pistons, which should mean we should have all of the piston rings. That have to be replaced anyway. None of the rod caps and none of the crankshaft bearings. Looks like we've got all of the clutch set up, so that is not too bad. But I'm going to get on and get the rest of this gone through now, get the rest of it stripped off, get everything repaired or bought, depending on what I need, and then we'll go back to the car, we'll get all of that bodywork stripped off, we'll see what the shop looks like today, and then we'll head over to the paint shop to see if there's anything cool we can do with the colours on this one. That's everything bought or repaired for the engine and suspension, and let's get into this bodywork, and now let's just start stripping it all off. Again, not seen this one, so I don't even know where to begin, what parts come off or anything like that. That's the rear bumper. I thought some of this might have been something, but turns out it's not. There's no window there. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Oh, front bumper. There we go. That's a headlight. That's an obvious one. Is that a part? No. That's the door. Nice. What have we got? Is that just the interior left? I'll get that ripped out. Oh, what was that? Or was that just showing me the outline of the engine? Probably just the outline of the engine, but let's get the interior out and then double check and see if there is anything left, rather than spending the next 3 hours wandering around the outside of the car trying to figure it out. So let's go into here. Let's go to here. That says 1%. I have got everything out. Fantastic. So let's get this frame all sorted out. Now, this one was very expensive, so my aim should be pretty high. I'm going to go 4,000. Probably way too much. Not anywhere near enough. 14,500. I was not even close. But while that's going through there, let's see what we've got in the shop for this lovely Bugatti EB110. So we've got a couple of different... Right, so this is the carbon fibre and the non-carbon options. We're obviously sticking with the full carbon. We're going to keep it all carbon fibre. As much as it means I can't do much with the livery, which is a bit of a shame, but we will see. We might be able to do something, I don't know. We will be sticking with all of the carbon fibre pieces, so I'm going to go and repair what I've currently got, buy what I need, and then we'll get it all back on before we head over to the paint shop. I'll see you back here in a moment. That's all the bodywork bought, so let's get it all back together. I did manage to repair a few bits, nothing special. Obviously, there's a few bits missing anyway, but let's get this all back on because it all is just the carbon fibre parts. I think you've got option A or B for a lot of parts. B is the carbon fibre. Yeah, as you see there, B is the carbon fibre, and then A, I believe, is just the original body-coloured ones. And obviously, this is the full carbon edition, so we've gone for everything carbon fibre on this one. In you go. A lot of parts did actually manage to get repaired. The license plate, I just gone for a retro one with a VM EB110, the Virtual Mechanics EB110. Looking pretty sweet on that one. On with the door, in with the window and the mirror, and that should be all of the bodywork. Just quickly run around, double check, make sure nothing's missing. No. Great. Let's get out of that and let's get this interior in with the steering wheel. I did just keep that one as it was, but I did swap the seats to the Nismo seats because, well, I really, really love the Recaro Nismo seats. They look absolutely great. That is all of that back together, looking brilliant. Now, let's head over to the paint shop. Here we are then at the paint shop. The first thing you'll notice is there are absolutely zero liveries to go on this one. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. It is a carbon edition, and I have figured out that you can't actually paint the carbon either. It will not change colour in any way, shape or form. It is just the carbon edition. Pretty sweet. It means we're going to have to play around with some random colours. Maybe we'll see where we end up with. Maybe we'll just end up chroming everything out or leaving everything as it was, maybe blacking it out. I don't want to black it out because the full carbon is pretty black, so maybe we'll try and leave it in sort of like the chromy silver color. Not 100% sure yet, but there is absolutely nothing to paint on this. I am going to paint it black just so that all the parts register as being painted and fully complete sort of thing. So let's get that on there. That's that done. I'm going to then paint some body parts, paint some suspension, paint some engine parts, see what we come up with, how good we can make this Bugatti look. I've got everything painted, ready to go back on the beautiful Bugatti. Let's get these shocks together and see how they look. It is just gloss black on the shock and a pearl red on the springs. One of my favourite combos for the shocks there. I think they look absolutely beautiful. Let's just get the front ones on as well. Still looking pretty stunning. So everything on the underside of this car, apart from what I've just showed you, is pretty much just in a standard sort of whitey sort of chrome colour. Oh, so let's see how it looks when we can get it on. So let's start with the non-coloured bits first. On you go, and on you go. Let's get in the upper arm. Now you can see it shows up as white, but it is like a white chrome. That's quite good. That actually matches the front knuckle there. Very nice. Quite happy with that matching there. Let's get the bottom ones on as well. Looking pretty good. Some people might see this from me and say that's pretty boring. I normally do go over the top with colours, but there's nothing I could do with the body apart from the black and, well, carbon fibre. It is a full carbon edition, so it does look pretty sweet. But chromed out, they are looking pretty sweet, though. I think I've done quite a good job of getting a nice chrome on there. Let's get a few more of these bits back on. In we go. On we go with that. We'll get that front drive axle in because that can't be painted anyway. You can see that these are a little brighter than that, a tad brighter. And the only other thing painted is the brake caliper is in a red. It is in quite a deep pearl red. Sort of matches the springs. It's pretty close. There is a bit of red on the engine bay that is slightly different, but we'll get to that in a bit. That's half of the front end done. Let's get down the back and see what we've got going on down here. Let's throw in our small intercooler while we're here so we don't forget it. And then the rear knuckle housing can be painted, so that is also in that sort of chromy colour. You can see it sort of matches the performance parts. They're definitely a bit shinier, not quite the same. We should see a little bit more of that when we go to the engine, but I don't think it looks bad. I'm quite happy with how it looks. They don't look plain and boring. They've just got a little bit of that something to them, just a little bit more than you'd normally get. And then obviously the springs themselves look absolutely fantastic. Let's get on and get this rear end, or at least one side of the rear end, finished. On you go, on you go, on you go, and on you go. Obviously, there are no exhausts in this one. I say obviously. There are no exhausts on this one for any apparent reason. That is because they are built into the bodywork. I'll show you in just a second. That's half of the rear end done, just the drive axle to go, but we can't do that till we've got the gearbox in, so we'll have to come to that one a bit later. Let's just step out of here. They are looking pretty sweet. That is looking pretty chromy and pretty shiny. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. Can I see the intercooler from here? Just about. You can see it isn't quite the same shine as on there, but it's not far off. It's pretty close. And that's why there's no exhaust on that one, because the tips come out of the bumper and they are built into that. Looking pretty sweet. Let's get it down on the ground. We got to start getting some of this engine bay together. I'll get it done before I get on and finish the other half. I'm stuck. Finish the other half of the suspension. Where is some engine bay stuff? There we go. Let's get on that. But the only thing painted in here is the fuse box. I have done it in a bit of a lighter pearl red. Sort of does match the shocks there, which then in turn do sort of match the brake caliper. But I won't bother filling all of that in. Let's just go round. So we've got the ECU Type B. We've got a battery. We did go and buy the battery. We've also got the brake servo in there as well. That's it for the front end, I believe, apart from finishing off the fuse box. It does look like it. So we got the power steering reservoir, the ABS pump. Oh, I forgot the radiators down the front, so we'll have to go and do that quickly. There's the module on top. Then we've got the coolant reservoir, the windshield washer reservoir, and then we've got the two radiators up here. So they're all four of them are radiator A, but the back two only need the normal radiator fan housing with the one fan. And the front two need the alternate radiator fan housing. Let's just get down the front and get these ones in. As I said, all radiator A, but these ones need the fan housing B and then the B fans to go with it. On you go and on you go. That's that finished. That's all of the engine bay done, I believe. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. That's to do with the engine, to do with the engine, to do with the engine. So I need to get back underneath, finish off the fuel tanks, finish off the suspension, and then we will go and build that beautiful V12 in all its chromy glory. There we go. As you can see, all of it finished now on the suspension and the engine bay. Obviously, just got that engine to build. I quite like it in all the, the basic sort of chrome colour. It's not basic. It is upgraded a little bit. I did still paint every part. but they are just in a chrome finish. It's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. Then a few red splashes and a little bit of black just to take away from it. And there's obviously that fuse box just in red. It is hidden by the hood, but it still looks pretty sweet. But we got to go and build that beautiful V12. So let's get in here and get started on this. Now, I have gone for the engine block in the same chrome. Obviously, it is a bit darker, not quite as chromy as the rest of it. Just on the top end there, you can sort of see the chrome is shining through. The rest of it looks pretty dull. But it is what it is on the engine blocks. They never really work out. Got the crankshaft to go in, and we've got all of the clutch set up to go in. Obviously, all of the pistons, the piston rings, the crankshaft bearings, and the rod caps. I will get all of them in, and then we'll head up to the top and start throwing a bit more of this chrome colour on. Maybe see a few splashes of red. We will see. Here we go then. We're at the top end now. I've done the oil pan in a gloss black, just to make it look sort of normal and casual. But let's throw the alternator on, and that really shows you the difference between the chrome colour that I've painted everything, and the engine block colour. You've got 3 different tones, all on 2 bits. One not painted, one painted. A bit bizarre, but let's get the power steering pump on. I have just left that in its original chrome colour as well. It looks pretty sweet. Along with the oil filter, I didn't even paint it today. I've just left it for a splash of purple on there, just for good measure, or pink, whatever you want to call that one. Fuel filter is in its red, it just always is. But let's throw the engine head on. These are painted in the chrome, and this is where you can really see, or I can really see personally, that I've done quite a good job with that colour match. Because if you look at the chrome on the outside and the chrome on the inside, which are the only bits you can paint, they're not far off each other. They're looking pretty good. But let's get this all bolted down, and then we can work on getting the camshafts in and all the spark plugs in. You can see that you've just got 2 camshafts on either side, looking pretty sweet. We've got the exhaust manifolds as well. All of this just in its chrome, and I really do think it looks absolutely fantastic. We'll get these on. I won't make you sit and watch me throw all the spark plugs in and all the camshaft caps in along with the other head. I will get that all done off of camera, and then I'll join you back in a minute, and we'll get the rest of this engine all put together. The last camshaft cap just going on now, and then we can crack on with this engine. As you can see, we've got some cam gears to throw on here. On you go, on you go. On you go, and on you go. We have got the engine head covers to go on, but let's get this timing chain shoe on first and get some of this front end finished. On with that timing belt, if I could reach it. There it is. Then we've got some more shoes on our lovely V12. Shoe on either side. On you go, on you go. And then hopefully we should be able to start putting some covers on. I have just covered these in the same chrome as everything else, just because I want it to look pretty uniform. It is looking pretty sweet, though. There are a few more splashes of red to go. We've obviously got this timing chain cover up here in that lovely pearl red. It is quite a deep pearl red there. Water pump, not pearl, is painted just in the chrome. This one can be painted. I'm so used to saying the water pump can't be painted, but that one can. But it is just finished in that lovely chrome there. I'm going to get on and throw all of these front bits on now. There's that lovely, lovely thermostat on that one. I'll get all of these bits on, and I'll join you back in a second. There you go. There's all the front pulleys and rollers all on. We got a belt to go here. Then we should have a belt tensioner to go, which is also in that deep pearl red, which I'm really liking. That is the front end all finished. Let's get on and get these engine head covers on. Now, these are in that pearl red, just because I do like a bit of colour. I can't leave it completely bare, but you'll see what it does in a moment. Let's just get the other head cover on there. I'll show you what it's going to look like roughly when it's finished. On you go, on you go, on you go. And then we should have, there it is, a big old intake manifold going on top, which is just in that chrome and looks fantastic. Maybe I should have left that its original colour, but that chrome is looking great. I'm very happy with that. I have got all of these ignition coils to do, but I won't do them just now. We'll get the fuel rail in, also in that deep pearl red, just a splash more colour at the top, along with these 2 throttles. They are also there, looking lovely in that red, just for a few splashes of something different, a little at the top end. I do like my colour in this game, but this is about as basic as an engine is ever going to get for me. It's looking pretty sweet. I'm going to get on and get these ignition coils in, and then we'll get it dropped in the beautiful Bugatti. I'll see you in just a little while. Just putting in the last ignition coil, and that is this beautiful V12 all finished. Looking stunning in mostly chrome with a few splashes of a deep sort of shiny pearl red. Very, very happy with that. But let's get it dropped in to the EB110. Over we come. Already, everything's opened up, ready. Let's get you in. Let's take a look and see whether I've done this engine any justice. Not that I'll probably be able to reach over. Oh, just about. That's, yeah, see, look at that. It all matches up. The reds are slightly different on the springs and the brake calipers. But that's just because the brake calipers don't take this pearl properly. So I needed to match these two so that this could still look pretty sweet. But the reds on the ends of the throttles are pretty matched up. That is looking awesome. But let's get it up in the air. We need to get that gearbox in along with the two rear drive shafts so I can get some new wheels on this one. So let's crack on with that. In you go. So in we go with the gearbox. I haven't painted it. I've left it in its original colour because it sort of matches the block there, as you can see. I have painted the block, but it doesn't really paint very well, so that's looking pretty sweet. Have done the starter in that deep pearl red just to keep the theme going with just a splash of it. But now I'm going to get on. I'm going to get these drive axles on. Then I'm going to get some wheels done, and then we'll be outside in the sun, so I'll see you out there in just a little while. Here we are then, all finished with lit Bugatti EB110 full carbon edition, looking absolutely fantastic. Now, I didn't do much with painting on this. The bodywork couldn't be painted anyway because it's in carbon. But I still tried to make that engine look as cool as I can with a few splashes, well, a lot of chrome in there and a few splashes of red. Now, as you can see, look at the chromes on these parts, they match. And then if we go to the chromes of the wheels, it's not, I mean, that's not far off, actually, from the engine bay to the wheels there. Not too bad, looking pretty sweet. Speaking of the wheels, these are the Rims Classic 11. They look pretty cool. I sort of went off of the best I could find. It was either these or fully covered. I don't really like fully covered myself because I like to be able to see the brake caliper, even only just. So these are the rims, a Classic 11. They are 20-inch all the way around on all four corners. The fronts are a 245 width with a 35 profile. Can't speak. And the rears are 325 width with a 25 profile. As I say, 20-inch all round. And I kept the chrome, went and painted these in the same chrome color as the engine and the suspension. And it's actually turned out pretty good. Pretty sweet. So yes, this is modded in by Lit and it is absolutely fantastic. Link in the description below. Go and grab this one yourself and have a play with it. Basically, there's more than two editions, but there's two editions. You've got the full carbon and the non-full carbon. We've obviously gone for all the carbon bodywork on this one today. I believe if you don't have the full carbon one, you can still throw the carbon parts on it. But there's bits that you can't touch. For example, here won't be carbon. They will just be the normal body colored. So the full carbon edition literally is a full carbon. But let's get in and see what this modified V12 engine sounds like. Hey, look, there's a CD coming out of the CD player. That's pretty nice little touch there. Look at this interior. It is fantastic. That is looking absolutely great. You should definitely go and get this one. As I said, link in the description below. But let's get this one started. Very high-pitched, whiny sort of tick over there. I like the sound of that. But let's give it some gas. That's how a V12 should sound. That is sounding incredible. Very sort of Formula One-ish sound. But let's get it on the dyno and see how much power we've added to this Bugatti today. Here we are then on the dyno with the Bugatti EB110 SS full carbon with its V12 double overhead cam engine, 625 base horsepower. How much have we added today with our performance parts? An additional 555 horsepower, all of the fives, a gain of 89%. Bringing our total up to 1,180. Will we get a new top 10 Speederboard champion today? Let's go and check out the gearbox tuning setup I've got for it. Quite simple, there it is, 110 in first gear, only up to 720 in top gear. This is sort of the best tune I could get for it. But let's head over to the track and see what top speed this equates to. Here we are then on the track with 1,180 horsepower under the hood of the Bugatti EB110. Or should I say under the trunk, because it is a rear-engined. But let's go. What sort of speed can we get out of this car today? Just swallowing up the kilometers an hour. Coming up towards 300 already. That is pretty insane. Can we get... We can easily get to 400, surely. There's 400. Can we get to 500? I think it's 525 we need for the top 10. I don't think we're going to make it. Where are we going to end up? 438 kilometers an hour from the tumbling Bugatti EB110 there. Still pretty good. Not quite as good as I anticipated. I definitely thought we'd get a new top 10 speederboard with this one today. but it turns out not. So, 438 kilometers an hour from the Bugatti EB110 SS Full Carbon Edition, modded in by Lit. Absolutely fantastic. Again, link in the description below. Go and grab this one yourself. Go and have some fun with it. Or you could just search for Bugatti on the Steam Workshop and you will find it. And don't forget to come and join us on Discord. Come and say hi. Maybe take part in one of the competitions or even just vote in one of the competitions. Who knows? It's just a bit of fun. But yes, 438 kilometers an hour, 28th in our speederboard. I will admit I expected just a little bit better from this beautiful Bugatti with a V12, but not quite enough. We've got a little red fuse box in there. We've got our red brake calipers under there that you can just see. Beautiful scissor doors on them. That beautiful chrome and pearl red engine looking absolutely stunning. This car is absolutely fantastic. But let's jump into some facts and figures about this one. You saw at the beginning, we bought the car for 244,978. And in fact, we were at a loss right there and then. We were a loss of 7,762. But since then as well, I've spent 91,850 modifying this car today. That's quite a bit, putting our total spend at 336,828, which is quite incredible. But the real question is how much can we get this one sold for? Let's have a look. This is obviously the full carbon edition, 193,000 kilometers on it, and we got it from the junkyard. That engine massively improved, additional 89% to 1,180 horsepower on there. Absolutely incredible. But can we make a profit on it? Yes, by a very long way we can make a profit on that. Total sale price of 2,344,464 minus our 336,828. Our profit is 2,007,636. So thank you, French Toast. You are definitely right. This will take us back over to the 20 million mark. It is time to say goodbye to the beautiful Bugatti EB110, though. Off you go. You're a lot of fun. There we are. 2.6 million we're at now. What have we got to work on next time? Let's jump inside and have a look. Pi Newton, this one is just for you. Well, not just for you, obviously, but this is the Dodge Charger SRT8. The DTM edition. SRT stands for Street Racing Technology, and DTM stands for Doing Too Much. I don't know. I made that last one up, but SRT definitely stands for Street Racing Technology. This one is absolutely great. It was modded in by Payne under the commission of Pi Newton, and it is a thing of beauty. This is the wide body edition. You can see how much them fenders flare out there. This is looking absolutely insane. I can't wait to get stuck into it. And that is the supercharged V8 engine. Let's just go into some facts and figures. Only 90,000 kilometers on this beautiful Dodge Charger. We did get it from the auction house where we got ripped off once again. 56,269 is what I paid for it. And if I sold it now, I would lose 7,676, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure we can make that one up when we come to modifying this one. And yes, it is the V8 double overhead cam, a supercharged engine with 890 base horsepower. Obviously, we're still going to throw performance parts on that one when we come to it. Make this one absolutely insane. Now, this could very well be a new top 10 speederboard champion. Fingers crossed for this one. But that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy this one, do consider liking, subscribing, and leaving me a comment telling me how well I'm doing. But on that note, it is time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.